In this video, we will solve a question on how to find out the stable equilibrium from the given demand and supply functions. The question is, consider the following demand supply model where demand function is P is equal to Q square minus 12Q plus 35. P denotes the price and Q denotes the output. Supply function is being given as 4P minus 3Q is equal to 0. Okay, we need to find out the price quantity combinations that give us the stable market equilibrium. Okay, so actually it is find the stable market equilibrium price quantity combinations. Options are being given, we need to find out the correct option. Okay, so what we are being given, demand function, that is P is equal to Q square minus 12Q plus 35. This is our demand function. Also supply function is being given as 4P minus 3Q is equal to 0. Let us solve it for for P. So we can write 4P is equal to 3Q, or P is equal to 3 upon 4Q. This is our supply function, and this is our demand function. Okay, we know that equilibrium occurs where demand intersects the supply curve. This is the condition that you often come across. Now if I draw the graph here to make the things clear, let us draw the graph here. We have quantity on the horizontal axis, price on the vertical axis. We have a demand function which is quadratic in nature, and let me draw it like this. It will look like this. Okay, so this is our demand function. What about the supply function? If you see supply function, it starts from the origin and it is upward sloping. So our supply function will look like this. If I draw it roughly, it is our supply function. Okay, now I have drawn a rough sketch, but I will explain how we got the two intersection points. Okay, we know that at equilibrium supply should intersect the demand. So demand intersect supply function means we equate this equation with this equation. So we have Q square minus 12Q plus 35 should be equal to 3 upon 4Q. Okay, we need to solve this equation. So can we rewrite it like this? Q square minus 12Q, transposing this here, it becomes minus 3 upon 4Q. Okay, 3 upon 4Q, then we have plus 35 is equal to 0. Okay, if we solve it further, and let me write it here. So can we write it like this? Q square, then we have multiplying these, so we will get minus 12Q into 4, then we have minus, I am cross multiplying here, minus 3Q plus 35 is equal to 0, but here we have to divide it by 4. Okay, when we solve this, and you can find it by yourself, I will not take your time. So if you solve this, we will get what we say 4Q square minus 51Q plus 140 is equal to 0. Okay, so I don't have the time to solve it further. It gets lengthy. Then when you solve, you will get this kind of equation in the quadratic form. Okay, further when we simplify it using the quadratic formula, that is we apply the formula, that is Q will be equal to minus B plus minus B square minus 4AC divided by 2A. So here this is A, this is our B, this should be our C. When we use this very equation, we will get two values for Q. That is, we will get Q is equal to, Q will be equal to, and if I write it here, let us see. So we have minus from the formula, then we have the coefficient of Q is minus, so we'll get minus 51 plus minus, then we have minus 51 whole square minus 4 from the formula, then we have A, the coefficient of Q square, which is 4, and we have the constant term multiplied 140 divided by 2 times A. So 2 times A is 4. Solving this, we will get two values for Q, that is Q will be equal to, either Q is equal to 70 upon 8, and another we will get Q is equal to, another what we call the value for Q is equal to 4. Okay, so I will not solve it here, you can check it out and then comment. Okay, so we will get two values for Q. Okay, so here you can see obviously 70 divided by 8 is greater than 4, and here if we see, so this should be a point of 4 and this should be a point of 70 divided by 8. Okay, now which of these will be a stable equilibrium here? By stable equilibrium what we mean, so the condition for stable equilibrium, as we know, is that we should have a downward sloping demand curve and upward sloping supply curve. At these 2 points you can see, at this point we have the regular demand curve downward sloping and a regular supply curve which is upward sloping. But what happens at this point, you can see we have the regular supply curve which is upward sloping, but we have the demand curve also upward sloping here. Okay, so this cannot be obviously our stable equilibrium point. Why? Because both demand and supply functions are upward sloping. Okay, so this point cannot be the what we call the stable equilibrium. So stable equilibrium requires we have the downward sloping demand curve, upward sloping supply curve, which occurs at this point. But here what happens, we have upward sloping demand curve and also we have the upward sloping supply curve. So this is our unstable equilibrium. The question tells us about the stable market equilibrium. So since we got Q is equal to 4, to find out the P, simply plug Q is equal to 4 into the demand function. So P will be equal to 4 square minus 12 into 4 plus 35. Okay, so this comes out to be which is 16 minus 48 plus 35. Okay, so solving this further we will get 5 so we will get 51 minus 48 which gives us so okay, so the equilibrium price should be a stable market what we call price quantity combination should be, that should be the price should be equal to 3 and quantity demanded should be 4, because this point gives us the stable market equilibrium. Okay, now what are the conditions for unstable market equilibrium? So this is not related to the question, but I just want to make it more clear to you. So let us write it here. So we have, if we have quantity demanded, this is, sorry, we have price on this axis. Okay, so conditions for unstable market equilibrium requires, first condition is that both demand and supply function should be downward sloping. This is one condition. And second condition is that the demand curve, rather what we call the supply curve should be more elastic than demand curve. Okay, these are the two conditions for unstable equilibrium. Okay, and there are other conditions. Here we have both demand and supply functions upward sloping, so this also depicts our unstable equilibrium. The other conditions for unstable equilibrium requires when we have both, and if I draw it here, if I have the space, so if we have this demand function, okay, and if we have a supply function like this, okay, so here we have both demand and supply functions which are downward sloping, and if supply curve is more elastic than the demand, which is the case here, so let us write it here. Let us say this is our supply function, and let me write it here. This is supply function, this is demand function. Here you can see this is elastic compared to this, so this point will denote our unstable equilibrium. Okay, obviously this point is also our unstable equilibrium, because we have both demand and supply functions which are upward sloping. The other case is when both demand and supply functions are downward sloping, and if the supply curve is more elastic than the demand, then we again get the unstable equilibrium. I hope I make myself clear in this video and you find out this video helpful. Thank you.